Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today I have a very exciting video all about my dress shopping experience as a plus size bride. I'm also going to share some tips with you, not just for plus size brides, but all brides in general, especially if you're a nervous bride or a little insecure or worried about your body in a dress. I have so many tips because not only am I a current bride who's been through it personally, I also worked as a bridal stylist. So I have a really unique perspective that way and can give you a lot of tips from just industry knowledge. So yeah, I hope this video is helpful. Keep on watching to hear more about my plus size dress shopping experience. Okay, so I'm gonna just start by telling you guys about my experience, and then I will have a whole tip section next. So gonna keep it brief about my experience. So I'm currently 23. I'm getting married next year in October of 2025. So crazy. So I went through the dress shopping experience recently and I really enjoyed it. I was obviously so excited for that. That's something like as a little girl you think of forever. There goes blue. You think about always. So I knew what I wanted, and well, I thought I kind of knew. Anyways, we'll get into that. But I really was excited for it. I did so much research into the whole experience, even though I knew a lot just because I was a stylist a couple years ago for a period of time, which by the way was like one of the best jobs ever. I would be a stylist again in a heartbeat. I hope I actually have the experience to do it again. So I loved that job so much. So I kind of knew exactly what to expect going into it. But I also learned how different shops do it. Not just my shop, obviously, I was really well versed there, but kind of different policies, procedures across the board. So it was overall an amazing experience. I really loved, you know, the whole experience. I tried to almost drag it out. Hey buddy. He's joining us now. I kind of tried to, I don't want to say drag it out, but I didn't want to shorten it or rush it or anything. I gave myself as much time as I wanted to really experience it and enjoy it. So I overall had a great experience, and I will always look back on those memories very fondly as one of my favorite parts of the wedding planning process. And that's really just my hope for brides in general, especially plus size brides. I feel like there's so much pressure to like shed for the wedding and be your best self and whatever, and I'm guilty of that as well. You know, you want to look your best, and that's okay, that's normal, and you want to be healthy and feel your best. So I totally understand that. I myself am always on that journey as well, especially for my wedding day. But I just don't believe that your body not being in its ideal shape or what you would want it to look like ideally should stop you from loving yourself and enjoying your wedding dress shopping experience. So that's a little disclaimer, and I can genuinely tell you I had such a positive experience, and I really attribute it to these tips I'm about to share you. So I have them written down on my phone, so I'm going to just go through them. Okay, so my first tip is going to sound a little like woo-woo and obvious, but really it is to do the work before. So if you absolutely are mean to yourself and tear your body down, hate yourself, hate the way you look, you don't love yourself at all, you have built up no self-esteem or no self-confidence, showing up wedding dress shopping, even if you find your most perfect, beautiful princess dress in the world, it will not matter if you have torn yourself down to shreds. So I was really mindful leading up to dress shopping, and even now, to consume content and to work on my self-confidence, bolster myself, do things that boost my self-esteem before I started wedding dress shopping. Because, you know, we all have our bad days and everything, like that's completely normal, but you really don't want to go into dress shopping at a deficit with your self-esteem. So do the work years, months, you know, days, weeks ahead of time before even going dress shopping. You know, really learn to love yourself, or be at least body neutral as much as you can. This is true of all brides. I know this personally and professionally. We would have the skinniest brides, the most perfect, you know, kind of societal perfect body shape ever in the salon. Sometimes those were the most insecure brides, and it always broke my heart because I'm sitting there thinking, you know, all these other people would die to look like you, and you're so insecure, you hate yourself, you didn't even enjoy this dress shopping experience. So that was really poignant and like just profound to me when I was a bridal stylist, and it's something that I don't think brides realize. I think most brides think like, oh, if you're a size 0 and you walk into the bridal shop, it's all like rainbows and sunshine. That is just absolutely not true, because I can genuinely tell you some of the most excited, happy, confident brides I saw were plus size brides, and some of the most insecure, sad, really just, you know, not enjoying the wedding process brides were very small. So it really has nothing at all to do with your size. So you need to be working on yourself internally and how you view yourself and how you view your body before you even go to the first salon you visit, because otherwise it really doesn't matter any of the other tips, because you have to believe you're beautiful and that you will make a beautiful bride. So definitely recommend starting a self-esteem journey for a million reasons, but especially before you go wedding dress shopping, because that is ultimately the foundation you need to have. Okay, so my second tip is probably for our more type A brides. I am like extremely type A, so maybe not for everyone, but I think this helps a lot, and that is to research designers and let that influence your choice of shop. So not every wedding dress designer has plus size dresses. That's the unfortunate truth. We're seeing more and more size inclusivity with bridal designers by the day, which is amazing, and I love that. But definitely go and do some research into you know, popular wedding dress designers you love. And everyone says do research into bridal dresses and bridal designers. I literally would not have known how to do that if it wasn't for my bridal consultant experience. I'm going to tell you some of the kind of top designers to check out that I know for a fact have plus size options. So that's going to be Maggie Sottero, which actually is the designer of my wedding dress. I'm a bit biased, and I also sold her wedding dresses way before I bought mine, and their size inclusivity is amazing, and they do really care about their plus size brides. So highly recommend Maggie Sottero. Essence of Australia is good. Not every one of their dresses comes in plus sizes, but most of them do. Allure Bridals, they have like the Disney collection and different, like the Villain collection. They have the Bridgerton collection. They're really good about plus sizes as well. Oh, another really good one is Justin Alexander. He's got a kind of a couple different spin-off lines. He's got some plus size options, and then there's also like some smaller designers like Eddie K, Lazaro's like more designer end, Martina Liana. A lot of these brands are kind of like under the same umbrella. So really, if you hit Allure Bridals, Essence of Australia, and Maggie Sottero, you'll kind of get an idea and, you know, feel for everything. And so go onto those websites, literally just type into Google Essence of Australia wedding dresses, Maggie Sottero, go to the designer's website and search by plus size dresses, and start a Pinterest board or a folder on your phone of dresses that call to you. So this obviously helps if you already have like a venue and a vision for your wedding and like how you want to look on your wedding day. That can kind of help you. But if you genuinely are starting from zero and have no idea what you want, go on there and see what calls to you. And even some that you think, I would never actually wear that, or, you know, I don't think I could see myself in that on my wedding day, save it anyways, because you never know, truly, you never know what you're gonna like. So definitely do that. And that way you get a sense of like, hey, listen, there's dresses out there for me. Because I think a lot of plus size brides think, based off our experiences with plus size clothing, I've lived that. I still live that to this day. I see some cute outfit on Pinterest or TikTok or Instagram and I love it. Go to the designer's websites and they only carry up to a large, which would fit maybe one of my thighs. So that is definitely a fear I think brides have who are plus size, that they just won't have options. These websites will show you, you guys, you can wear anything, you can wear any style, you have so many options. There's nothing off limits to you as a plus size bride, and I think those designers really do a good job of offering every style, every shape, every cut, every fabric for any type of bride. So that really should be a confidence booster, that you can go in there and the world is your oyster, and hopefully give you some peace of mind. And then on top of that, it really will help you just narrow down in general what you think you want for a wedding dress. I think that's a slippery slope, because so many brides come in with a, I just absolutely want clean mermaid dress, no sparkle, no big ball gown, and then they literally leave with the biggest tulle 3D applique sparkly ball gown there is ever to exist. So sometimes you cause an unnecessary heartache for yourself if you're super like locked in on one thing. But I do think it's a great idea to just get a general idea of what you like ahead of time, and then you can know, okay, Maggie Sottero, the dress, you know, Fiona or something, for instance, is one I want to try. I know it comes in plus sizes. It really kind of equips you with knowledge to lead with your dress experience. So that way you're not walking in just like, I don't know, will anything work? You know, you can say, hey, I'm gonna go look at this Maggie Sottero rack or whatever, and you can search for bridal salons that carry those designers. That's the other big portion of why you need to do research ahead of time, is some bridal shops don't carry plus size. That's just the fact of the matter, but you can be relatively confident if they have Essence, Maggie, Justin Alexander, Allure, that they have plus size options. And more than that, you should reach out to them, look on their Instagrams, look on their social medias, their websites, just to verify that they have plus size options, because overall there are some bridal salons that don't, and that really sucks, but a vast majority do. And those are kind of like 3 of the big brand, or 4 I guess, of the big brands in bridal. So as long as they have those, you should be able to get options as a plus size bride. Okay, so my third tip is your entourage. Okay, this is a big one. Please, 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 for the love of God, do not bring anyone you know is going to be unnecessarily negative and get in your head. So I actually recommend for brides that they do a kind of first introductory appointment at a bridal salon that maybe allows a larger group to come to your appointment, because usually salons have a limit on how many guests you can bring. So find a salon that is absolutely no pressure, no stress. Like, it literally will be an appointment for fun. You're putting no stress on yourself to find the dress that day, and invite whoever you want to invite. I mean, as much as they allow. So if that's mom, mother-in-law, sister, sister-in-law, bridesmaids, best friends, grandparents, whoever you want to invite to that one, bring them for one appointment and go into it saying, I'm going to try on anything. Because your family, I promise you, your family and friends are going to want to pull some dress that you absolutely hate and they're gonna want you to try it on. And so it's so good to have one of these fun appointments where there's no pressure on yourself, that you can try on as many dresses as you want, and it's literally just a learning experience. It's a memory to have with your loved ones. So definitely I recommend doing that for your first appointment. Have anybody you want. Now I would say, even with that, please keep in mind that you do not owe the experience to anyone. So if you know that somebody's going to be really negative to you, or get in your head, or make comments about your body, or tell you you can't wear a certain dress because of your body, please don't invite them, period. I'm being so honest. This is your dress, your day, and those comments can really get in your head and just ruin your whole mood. I've seen it. I've literally hugged brides in the fitting room who were just bawling because their entourage was mean to them. So please try to select people who are going to build you up instead of tear you down to come with you. Okay, so then after that first appointment, keep it small, even if that just means you, because then you're serious. Okay, you've been in there. Hi buddy, he's back again. You've been in there, you know what you like, you know what you don't like, whatever. You've tried on stuff that you knew you would never want to buy, okay? But now you're serious. So if that's only yourself, if that's you and your mom, or you and your best friend, whoever it is, bring a smaller group as you continue on with your appointments, and then that way there's not so many opinions. Because the other thing is, even if everyone has the purest of hearts, the purest of intentions, they are not body shaming you or anything at all, people have different opinions on dresses. So I've seen this happen so many times, where a bride sees herself in the dressing room with me and loves the dress, and then goes out and everyone's like, meh. And then that just devastates the bride, because in her mind, she sees it, it's her dress. She gets out there, everyone doesn't love it. It just kind of ruins the experience a little bit. So I definitely would not continue to have a huge group come with you to every single bridal appointment, because inherently people just like different things, okay? They want to see you in something that they want to see you in. You want to see yourself in something you want to see yourself in. It just is what it is. So it's nothing personal, but the more people you have, the more room you have for opinions that will ultimately influence how you feel in your dress, and we do not want that. Okay, so tip number 4 sort of connects to the last tip, and that is to shop around. Okay, I cannot tell you guys how important it is to go to multiple shops. Please believe me, please, because I really cannot stress enough how different experiences can be at each shop. And if you have one bad experience, I don't want you to taint that. I don't want your viewpoint to be tainted by that one experience, because there's so many bridal shops out there. And it's actually funny, so the bridal shop I worked at, we really advertised being plus size friendly, which is one of the reasons I work there, and we definitely were. I loved working there. So when I was first looking at other bridal shops, I was thinking like, oh my gosh, you know, they only post a plus size person occasionally. Are they really that body positive? I don't know. So I actually went to a plus size only boutique first as my first experience, because I was thinking, well, you know, I had the whole entourage with me. Every dress in here I'll be able to order my size or try on. You know, I'm really nervous about it, whatever. First shop experience that was made for plus size brides, literally a plus size only boutique, was the worst. Was the worst. It was the worst, and my family and friends that I took with me to that appointment and subsequent appointments all agreed. They were very, they weren't rude. They weren't rude. It was just more of like they were very pressury, and I didn't feel like they wanted to put in the extra effort to help me customize and find my dress, because they were just, I felt like it was the kind of classic thing of like, the fat girl should just be happy she has options. So they didn't feel like they needed to put in work, which was really unfortunate because the consultants themselves are plus size. And I just really felt like they pulled the same dresses that I'd seen on their Instagram. They didn't really like dive deep into my style and customizations and all of that. When my family asked questions, she was more focused on me leaving with a dress. That was my very first appointment. She was more focused on me leaving with a dress that day and like her getting the sale, unfortunately, than she was really giving me and my family a good experience and helping me find my style and find my dress. So if you went to only a plus size friendly boutique or only one boutique and you had that kind of experience and then you're done, you're going to view your dress shopping as kind of like not that fun, to be honest. So you're going to feel like you were pressured or that you didn't really have the time or the fun in it that you wanted to. So definitely don't limit yourself to one boutique, and don't limit yourself to plus size only boutiques, because I can tell you firsthand, the plus size only boutique I went to was literally the worst experience out of all of them. So I went to a total of, I think, 4 different shops. So I went to the plus size only one, then I went to 2 the next day, then I went to 1 more and circled back. So I did a total of 5 dress shopping visits to 4 shops. The shop I bought my dress from, I went back to a second time and said yes to the dress, basically. And that's just another tip. I could go into wedding dress regret in a whole separate video if you guys want, but I highly recommend, even when you found the dress, please sleep on it. Please, please, please sleep on it, because you sometimes get so swept up in the excitement and the emotion, and then you get home and a couple months later you're like, oh my god, I hate that dress. Just sleep on it. I actually thought about the dress I wanted to buy for a month. A whole month, you guys, a whole month. I went and tried on other dresses. I slept on it. I consulted people. I did the whole 9 yards because I was between 3 different dresses, and then I narrowed it down to like 2. And then I finally decided on the one because it's just the most perfect dress and I'm so excited to wear it. But anyways, make sure you shop around. Give yourself plenty of time. I know some brides, you know, they do a shorter wedding planning time. Mine was like 1.5 years, so I had plenty of time. But please, 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 don't put off wedding dress shopping until your back is against the wall and you have no options but off the rack or one dress shop that can get the dress in time. So give yourself plenty of time. Don't limit yourself and shop around. Experience different designers, experience different stores, different consultants. It literally does make or break the experience. So I promise you, you need to make multiple appointments, make a fun little weekend out of it. That's what my family and I did. My best friend came into town, my sister, my maid of honor, my mom, my mother-in-law, and I. We went to 3 different appointments on one weekend and literally made like brunch dates and everything out of it. It was such a fun experience. We had little matching shirts. I'll pop a picture up here if I can, but it just was such a wonderful experience. So please do that for yourself. It literally will mean the world to you at the end of your dress shopping journey. Okay, so my 5th and final tip has to do with the actual experience of getting into the dresses. I'm about to tell you guys something that you might be afraid of. You will be clipped into dresses. You will be clipped into dresses. That literally is true of, like I said, the most petite bride to a larger bodied bride. That is literally how it is, okay? Because let me explain to you, because sometimes we get so sizing can make us feel just so like insecure. So I think when brides go and they're getting bungeed in or clipped into dresses, they think that means there's something wrong with their body or that they're kind of trying to force something that doesn't work. That's literally untrue. Bridal shops can only get samples of dresses. So like bridal shops order, you know, 1 or 2 sizes of a dress, and those dresses are just samples. Like they're just to give you an idea of what the actual dress is supposed to be like. No bride, whether you're super petite or larger, no bride is going to walk in to a bridal salon and zip up or fit perfectly into every dress. That's literally impossible. Like imagine they ordered every dress in the store for every single size of every bride. It would be impossible. So please don't go into it being afraid of a clip or you know, getting your feelings hurt because you have a bungee cord or a clip. I had some dresses I was bungeed into. I had some that I had panels and clips on them. I had some that zipped perfectly. I had the whole gamut, as will you. So please don't go into it being afraid of the clip. Actually, a lot of plus size brides fit better into dresses and sample sizes than a lot of really petite brides because we have to kind of roll it and clip it because they're smaller, their frames are smaller. These dresses in the store are sample dresses. Like it's just like when you go to a furniture store and there's one on the display, it's just like that. So please don't let yourself get hurt or offended over fitting into a dress, because I've seen, I'm on like plus size bride forums on Facebook, brides be like, oh my god, I had the most terrible experience, they had to bungee me in. I promise you that's just like normal. They don't, how would they have every size of every dress? In fact, I think it's an asset that there's samples, because then you have all these options. Somebody's rolling. This is him rolling. He's rolled over on his back for his nap. I personally, as a bride, would rather have to use my imagination a little bit for a dress and get to actually try on different styles, because if you go into a bridal shop and say to them, I only want to try on dresses that will fully zip on me, you're so limiting yourself. You're completely limiting yourself. So please don't do that. Don't be afraid, and just know what to expect. Like I said, I have worked in bridal. I used clips on every bride, no matter their size. It literally did not matter. So please don't be afraid of the clips, and don't be shocked if they panel you into dresses. Actually, the dress I tried on that I purchased was a size 14 bridal, which another thing about bridal is the sizing is a little off. So your street size is going to be typically smaller than your bridal size. Bridal sizing runs smaller. It's annoying. It is what it is. So don't be freaked out if you're, you know, typically a size 18 and they put you in a size 24 dress or something, or order you a 24 dress. That's just bridal sizing. It's not the same thing as street clothes sizing. So keep that in mind. And like I said, if I had refused to try on dresses that didn't zip, that just required some clips, I literally would not have found my absolute dream dress, because it was a size 14, and let me tell you, your girl's whole back was exposed. So you do have to have a little imagination, which I know is hard for people, but that's just kind of the reality of the situation. The stores cannot have the perfect size in every single dress for every single bride. It's impossible. But as long as you know that, hopefully it should like freak you out less and make you more comfortable to know, I'm going into this and I'm trying on samples. These aren't supposed to be my perfect dress or anything like that. They're samples so that you can order and then customize your perfect dress. Okay guys, I think that wraps up this video of my plus size wedding dress shopping experience and my tips for plus size brides. Please let me know if you have any comments or questions below. I'd love to help. Tell me if you're a plus size bride or a bride who just went through dress shopping in general, what was your experience like? I'd love to hear it. Let me know if you want me to do a video about like dress regret and other tips for wedding dress shopping that are more to do with just the dress itself rather than being a plus size bride. I'd be happy to do so. Yeah, but other than that, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.